Hello.
Hello everyone.
Welcome.
Happy holiday season for whichever holiday you're celebrating.
Oh, I'm just going to share it.
Okay, go for it. And I'm going to talk for a sec. It's been a little while since we've been on. We're excited to be on and looking forward to doing some more this month. We've got some space and some energy, so we're going to do, we're going to share heaps of different things this month. It's kind of exciting what we're going to share. But today what we're going to share, we actually taught this to our womb space circle on the weekend, and we've taught it for years because it's an amazingly helpful, simple, practical tool to help everyone, to help mothers in particular, work out who needs what and what they need, you know, and when they need it. At this time of the year in particular, it's kind of a crazy season. There is so much on. It's like really, really full. There's all the end of year events, there's all the to-do lists. For mothers, like, this is like peak time, isn't it? Crazy time.
Yeah, everything all feels like it's happening at once.
It all collides, and so you end up in a situation where it can be a struggle to work out, well, how do I still try and meet the needs of my family? And sometimes we don't. Sometimes we just let it slide and hope they'll fend for themselves for a couple of weeks till we can get through the month. But there's a better way. There is ways that we can work out who needs what, because in reality, we don't always, not everyone is in the same place of need at the same time. So if you've got several children, not all of them are in the highest need of connection or love filling up or whatever it is. And there's that sense of, I think any mother who's got more than one child would be especially aware of this, but probably even those with one child.
Between you and the child.
Yeah, and your partner. There's a sense of emotional triage a little bit that goes on. And mothers, we often sit as an anchor in the center of the emotional welfare of our family. Like, it's something that's really common for us. And so we are often in a situation where we're trying to do a bit of a triage process, like, who has the priority? Who needs me the most now? How do I know who needs me now? How do I know what they need? Should I just be trying to meet everyone's needs all the time? Which can actually be really exhausting, particularly in December. And so we want to teach a technique. It's a how would you describe? It's an energetic technique.
Yeah, it's an energetic technique and an intuitive technique that every single person who we've shared this with has just had the results come.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes people go, oh, I'm not intuitive enough or it won't happen. But whenever you do this, you'll know and you'll see who needs topping up, who needs to connect with you, what the energetic read is of your family.
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
so you get that information and then you use it to know where to bring your attention and who to focus on, and know that that helps the whole family. You don't need to be there for everyone in order to keep the whole family in harmony and connected and topped up.
Yeah.
You only need to go where the energy is needed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we call it the family sweep, and it is about where the energy is needed at the moment. And this actually creates so much more space in your life to know who needs what. And the person that needs whatever it is that they need, when you top that up, you're nourishing and feeding the whole family dynamic, because that is the person that's in the greatest level of need. That is the, I guess, I don't like using the term weakest link, but like, that's the area that if you funnel your energy and your love there, you're feeding and nourishing the entire collective of your family. And we won't go into the collective family. We call that the soul of your family, and it's another thing that we teach. Maybe we'll teach it sometime this month. So here we go. But this is a really practical technique. And when we do it today, we're going to do it with you in a moment, so you get to actually experience it with us, and you can ask us any questions that you want to ask us, or ask for clarification, whatever it is that you need, you can ask here live. So when we do it, we're going to do it kind of like a guided visualization. And that's great to do the first couple of times that you do it. But if you get into this and you do it more and more, this is something you can tune in and do pretty much in the moment, on the fly. I do this all the time when I'm not sure where I should be putting my focus and my energy at any given time. So this is something you can do quickly, and we're going to extend it a little bit just to guide you into it as you're new to it and give you a bit more detail. But as you get used to it, this is something that you can do really quickly. You know, it's not I have to go and meditate to get my answers here. This is a really practical tool that you can use.
And we'll explain after you've done it, when you've got a feel for it, we'll explain how you can do it like really quickly in just like under a minute. And we'll also explain how, if you haven't already heard of the diary or got the diary, we'll explain how this is the last year's version, because our version for next year hasn't quite arrived. But
the publisher has it, like it's going out, but
hasn't quite arrived to us.
Yeah.
We're waiting for it.
Yeah, this is this year's. Well, no, this is last year's, but it looks pretty similar.
Yeah, and so the family sweep is a pretty integral part of the diary, and we'll explain how you can use the family sweep on like a regular, particularly on a monthly basis, to know how you can like delegate your family connection dates, your self connection dates, and your one-on-one connection, and how best to use the key and the different tools in this diary using the family sweep.
Yeah.
So we'll share that a little bit at the end.
Yay. One more thing before we do the family sweep, because let's get into it and do it. When we do this, it's really important to acknowledge that you what do you want? We're actually right in the middle.
Oh, where's Maddie's iPad?
Sorry, pause.
Pausing. Okay, sorry about that. Can you close the door, honey, on your way out? Okay. Yes. Really important thing to remember with the family sweep is that you are a member of your family, and you need to be included in this process. And sometimes, depending on where you're at, but sometimes you will be the one that is most in need of topping up.
Sometimes you are again and again and again.
Yep.
Sometimes each time you do it for a while, you're the most depleted. And the beauty about this process is if you then notice that you're the most depleted and you dedicate some time and space to your own nurturing, to your own self-love and self-care, and taking time for yourself, that benefits the whole family. That's what the whole family needs.
Yeah.
So really trusting that in this family sweep and taking action on that is one of the best things you can do for your whole family.
Absolutely. So the family sweep is about feeling into the collective energy of your family, into each member of the family, and getting clear intuitively on who is in greatest need. And that is, we explore a couple of ways. We're going to take you through a couple of things that you can explore while we do this. But the first one is, who is the most depleted? Whose cup is kind of the emptiest? Who needs some filling up, some topping up, needs their reserves boosted up? And that might be their energy levels, but it might also be their love cup. They may need some more loving and nurturing coming their way. They may just be feeling more depleted or flat. And the second thing that we're going to look at is who needs to feel a stronger sense of connection with you in the family. Who do you feel could benefit from some really nourishing connection? It's the second piece. And the third piece that we're going to do is just having a brief look at the dynamics running in your family, feeling into the energy of it and seeing what's going on between one or two members of your family and what sort of support they might need from you. So they're the three pieces that we're going to look at today. I think we've done all the teaching.
I think so too.
If you have any questions, by the way, just pop them in the thread below.
Even if you're on the replay.
Especially if you're on the replay, yeah, because it's kind of quiet here today. That's okay.
I'm
Okay.
totally engaged.
Yeah, yeah. We'll make this a thread underneath and we'll be talking. So if you've got any questions, go for it. Okay, so should we do the sweep?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is an intuitive process. Allow yourself just to, whatever comes to come. Don't doubt, just trust. And just play with the idea. Your trust in this exercise comes from giving it a go and then trying it on and seeing what happens just 1 or 2 times, and your trust and confidence in it will grow and grow and grow. So have faith and allow whatever comes to come and just trust it. So close your eyes. This only takes a couple minutes. It's quick. It's not a long process. Close your eyes and just come to your body. Just come back home into your body and just breathe. Bring your awareness to your breath. And just for 1 or 2 breaths, just be with the breath as it comes into your body and as it leaves your body. This allows you to become present to the moment, to come out of your head and back home to your body, which is an easier place to access intuition. Now in your next breath, breathe down really deep into your body, down into your pelvis, into your womb. So pull your energy and your breath down into your body with deep, complete and slow breaths. Allow everything to slow down. Okay, and so now from this place, imagine a landscape, your own internal landscape. You might have one that you go to that's a space that you really like, your inner world. If you don't, just allow whatever comes to come. It may be the beach, the forest, a mountain, a cave. It doesn't matter. What feels right to you. And as you breathe and imagine this landscape, notice whether it's night or day. And notice the temperature on your skin. Is it warm or cool? Is there a breeze on your skin? Do you feel any sensations? What's beneath your feet right now in this landscape? And do you smell anything on the breeze, on the air? Look around you and notice what's in this imaginary landscape. What's by your feet? What could you reach out and touch? And what's off on the horizon? And just breathe and be here in this landscape. And now as you look down on the ground in front of you, you can sit down in your landscape. Notice that there is a line of bowls in front of you, and there is a bowl for each member of your family, including yourself. And these bowls can be any sort of bowls that you like, gold or wood, plain or ornate. And they're lined up in a line in front of you, and inside of them is a liquid. And just look at the liquid. It might be different colours in different bowls. Notice its texture. And as you move your awareness or your hands or whatever feels right to you over these bowls, notice that each bowl is holding the essence, the feel of one member of your family, each bowl. Just run your hands across the tops of the bowls, noticing whose bowl is whose. And notice yours there in the line as well. And as you're looking at your family's bowls, notice whose bowl looks the emptiest. Maybe that means that the liquid is the lowest level. Maybe the liquid doesn't have the right texture or feels thick and congested. It could be something else. Just notice which of the bowls is the most depleted. And pick that bowl up. And allow that person, that member of your family, allow their essence to come to mind really clearly as you're holding their bowl. Notice the temperature of the bowl in your hands. And put your fingers inside the liquid and really feel into this person right now. And allow whatever rises to rise. Just notice, what does this person most need to fill this cup up, to bring the level of this liquid up again? What would most serve them right now? Do they need love? Do they need nourishing? Do they need space? Do they need connection? Do they need sleep? Do they need togetherness? Notice what it is that they need. Now you can put the bowl back down in front of you again. Run your hands back across the tops of your bowls again. And just notice if there's any other bowl really needing connection from you at the moment. Is there anyone you feel disconnected from energetically? Anyone who could use a bit of extra loving? Often it's the same bowl, but just check in. Okay, so now I want you to take each bowl in turn and pick them up. And as you hold them in your hands, I want you to breathe, and I want you to put as much love running from down your arms, through your hands, into the bowl as possible. Feed this person your love. Feed their energy, your energy in this moment. Knowing that it comes from overflow, that there is enough for everyone here, that love expands. And if this bowl is yours, same thing, send yourself a ton of love into this liquid right now. And as you go through, do each bowl in turn, feeding them some love. And lastly, just feel into the bowls for a second and notice if two bowls feel called to be together. Now this might mean that there's a disconnect between them, that their relationship needs some attention. It might mean that they're really close at the moment and there's a lot of love between the two. It may mean that there's a lesson being learned or a gift being exchanged or growth happening in their relationship. Just notice which two bowls it is and move them off to the side together just for a couple moments. Put them side by side together. And as you do, notice how the bowls are reacting to each other. What's happening to the liquid inside the bowls as they sit this close together? Does the liquid want to merge and pour together from one bowl to the other? Do the bowls bump against each other? Do they want to move apart or come closer? Hold your hands over those bowls and just ask yourself, is there a way I can support this relationship more right now? And allow whatever comes to come. And now, put the bowls back with the rest of your family in the line. Just notice the bowls one last time. And you can let that scene fade into the background. You can let the landscape fade. Come back to your breath. Come back to your body. Come back to the here and now. And you can open your eyes. And hello everyone who's joining. I didn't want to hello you in the middle of that process. But hi Stephanie, hi Trish, hi everyone else. If you want to say hi, please do. Type it down below. So that,
I enjoyed doing that too.
Yay. Okay, so that was what it looks like to be guided through a little bit of an extended family sweep. I wanted to take it a little bit slower so you had a chance to really explore feeling into the energy of your family and the different family members. and that the level of the liquid is a really great way for you to intuitively tap into who in your family needs what at any given time. And I am really curious, so if you're on the replay, please still do this. I would love to hear who it was. Like, was it one of your children? Was it a partner? Was it yourself? And what was the intuitive knowing that you got for who needed what? Hello, Julie, beautiful girl. So that's the family sweep. Is there anything else we want to say about the family sweep?
Well, I just want to say that in the moment, throughout the day, when this comes to mind, when you think of doing something like this, the way that I do it is sometimes I close my eyes, sometimes I don't even close my eyes, but I just bring those bowls to mind and notice how full the liquid is. And like sometimes I might do a little bit more and do the next steps and tune into who's disconnected from me and which two bowls feel like they need they need my attention around what's going on between them. But just that act of tuning into whose bowl, the levels of each bowl and whose bowl is the lowest, is a great, really short practice to do. And the power of it is in then taking action on it and choosing to dedicate a little bit of extra time and space to the person who is the most depleted.
And it's often not a lot.
Yeah, totally. Sometimes it's even just energetic.
Sometimes
awareness.
It can be energetic, yeah, that's true. But even if it's a physical act, often when you work out what's needed, the moments of connection and the topping up, they're not necessarily a huge thing. This isn't another thing to add to your to-do list. This exercise actually creates more space in your week, because instead of running around trying to meet everyone's needs in every moment, as we do, it allows you to triage and work out, well, who should I focus on first? And so for the mothers that we've taught this to who have 4 or 5 children, like have larger families, they've loved this because it's really clear for them who's needing what, like, first. This gives you some space so that you can clearly see what needs to be happening at any one given moment to help strengthen your whole family connection and everyone's nurturance.
Yeah. So I want to talk a bit about how it's in the diary. So we have explained the family sweep in this diary, and then we encourage you to do a bit of it doesn't have to be extended, but you could do some kind of journey with yourself around the family sweep at each new moon. Because we've got in the new moons, we have a journal to get really in tune with where your focus is for that moon. And if you do a family sweep on the new moon, it helps you to know, like, sometimes it's beautiful to dedicate an extended period of time to one person if you're really feeling like they're depleted or you're feeling disconnected from them.
Hi, Priscilla.
Hello. So doing the family sweep on the new moon helps you gauge where to focus that moon, like where to focus your connection dates and just those times of special family connection.
We probably should mention, I don't know, we're assuming that most of you know about the diary because it's not like this is the first year. I think this is the 4th year we've done the diary. But in case there's people who are new here and who don't know, every year we do a new version of the Heart Diary. And I did show you some pictures before, but it's actually built around the moon cycles, okay? So it works with the calendar months as well, obviously, but it's built around supporting you through moon cycles. And so that's what Kay's talking about. The new moon starts the ritual each month.
Yes.
We didn't mention that it was a moon thing.
No, yeah, sorry, I didn't do that. Just assuming.
Assuming that you knew.
So in the diary there is,
to try and show it closer.
yeah, so this is last year's diary.
I don't know if
There's
you
a
can
symbol.
See. Can you see?
Yeah, there's symbols in the top of each day, And the symbols are for you to really holistically and in a balanced way bring in connection in all the different facets of your family relationships. The first symbol is for one-on-one connection. Sometimes it's really called for to have one-on-one connection with somebody else in your family if they're the one who's the most depleted.
I'm trying to get you in so you can be
sorry.
seen.
Yeah.
I'm not talking.
And your hair looks amazing.
Thank you.
It does.
Oh, thanks, Priscilla, honey. I thought you were telling me that. Yeah, I had it done this week, so it feels all new and sparkly.
And so this heart in the top of the symbol, and the top symbol on each day of the diary, when you do the family sweep, if you really get a sense that one person is quite depleted at that time, then you'll pick a day and you choose a day when you're going to have some special date with them, and you write it in your diary and you colour in the heart for that day. And then the other symbols are whole family connection. So like special dates, like I've often had like family movie night or dinner out night with my children, or just something that you all do together. You put that somewhere in the diary on one of the days for that month. Thank you so much, Priscilla. It is.
Thanks, Priscilla.
And self-connection. There's a symbol for self-connection which is vital, and if especially you should be colouring in the self-connection one a few times each month anyway, but especially if when you do the family sweep you notice that you're really depleted and your bowl is quite empty, you make sure that you put in a few self-connection dates into your diary.
So this key that we put in is designed to help you create some balance so that things don't slip through the cracks, so that you're working with the connection needs for yourself and your family rather than kind of hoping that it will all happen on the fly. We're all for organic spontaneity, but sometimes you need a little bit more. Sometimes it's really supportive to look at the month and go, okay, I'm going to carve some time out for all these things to make sure that they really happen because they're really important to me.
And it just kind of helps you to anchor to them and have a bit more commitment to them too. If you've written it down and you've said, well, this day I'm dedicating to this. And if you've done that at the earlier on, like in the new moon, and then you have a look at it, it helps you to commit to yourself and commit to the things that you said you'd do. Yeah.
And the new moon's a beautiful time, obviously, to do all that new intention setting. So it's a great time to set up the month. Trish, any ideas for a teenager, almost adult, that we have had a huge fight? I feel so disconnected at the moment. Aw, honey, sending love.
Were you here for the guided journey for the family?
I think she was for half of it.
Okay.
You had your eyes closed. So ideas for connection, honey. I would, okay, well, I actually do kind of know you a little bit, so I would say you've probably already done some of these things, but I guess really owning an apology, owning your bit in it would be good. Okay, so if you didn't do the family sweep, you can go do that, but it sounds like what you want is some connection with your oldest.
And the first step is to tune into her needs and your needs.
Yeah. So what do you think she needs? What do you need around that? And I know you can find the time to own what you want to own in that and do an apology together. And once you're clear what you think she needs and you need, then set up some connection time. Set up some time to go and reconnect, whatever that looks like. I would encourage you if it be something that she will really want.
And sometimes if there's a disconnect like that and they're feeling like hesitant to reconnect, it's really helpful to fully give it to them. Like say, I want to reconnect. What do you want to do? I want to do what you want to do. Like, can you let me know? And I think we can't read that whole comment. How do we?
Or she was blip, blip, blipping. Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, so honey, what I'm hearing is that you're still kind of hurt and resentful about it, which is totally valuable, by the way. Totally valuable. Valid. It's totally valid. Okay, so allow yourself to feel what you're feeling before, because you can't reconnect when you've still got a lot of unresolved emotion going on inside.
Self-connection, and also that's another thing that I forgot to mention. Another symbol is sisterhood, and even something like this in some small way is kind of fulfilling that one a little. But sometimes you need connection with people outside your family, especially with other women, other mothers who can really hold you and love you. And that tops you up enough to then have the energy and the love and the openness to be with her. And
the willingness.
Reconnect with her, yeah.
Yeah, to reconnect with her.
So reaching out for help like now is perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yes, honour your feelings first, okay? It's a bit of an oxygen mask thing, but honour your feelings first. If you need to find a sister, find some space so that I can just listen to you, just allow you to share what you need to share. And then when you're feeling willing, sounds like you are kind of willing, but then when you're willing, bring it to your teenager and say, you know, look, I don't want this to be like this between us. I want to reconnect. What do you want to do? What can we do that will work for you and that we can do together?
Yeah.
My daughter really likes coffee dates. She doesn't drink coffee, but you know, the idea of going to a cafe. But your daughter might want something totally different.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Trish, for sharing with us, engaging with us. It makes the whole experience even more special for us too.
It's much more fun. We're actually at the end of our live now, everyone.
We are. So if you haven't got a heart diary and you like the look of it, and I can absolutely guarantee they're so beautiful. Lisa did the artwork. She is amazing at doing that.
It's the fun bit. I love doing the artwork.
We will put a link in the comments for where you can buy it. And we don't actually have copies. It's straight from the publisher anywhere around the world. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it gets printed all over the world, so there'll probably be a place somewhere near you.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's it. Unless if you guys that are on the replay have questions, we'll check in. We'll come back and we'll spend some time here. So if you want to ask anything or say anything, go for it. And we do have more lives coming up this month. We've decided that we want to come and connect with you all.
We're doing another one tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Same time.
Yeah. Do we have a topic yet?
Should we do the word of the year?
We might be doing the word of the year. Plan your word of the year. We do have a list of some ideas, but we hadn't picked out topic yet.
What's when.
Yeah. So yeah, well, word of the year would be good. Word of the year is awesome. I went and talked about my word for this year.
It's powerful. When I found my word, my whole body went, oh yes.
Yeah, exciting. Yeah. Come and hang out with us tomorrow, same time, 9:30 in Australia. I don't know. We always put all the times.
Or a teeny bit later.
Yeah, because sometimes we're late. Okay, lovelies. Have a beautiful day. Do the sweep. Allow yourself some space in December. Not everything has to happen simultaneously. So much love to you all.
Bye.
Bye.
You're welcome, Trish.